So Hare Krishna devotees, welcome to our series Shloka a Day. Today we're covering Shloka number 16 of chapter 7. Chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukriti norjuna arto jignasurartharthi Jnani cha bharatarshabha chaturvidha bhajante mam jana sukriti norjuna arto jignasurartharthi jnani cha bharatarshabha chaturvidha bhajante mam Jana sukriti norjuna arto jignasurartharthi jnani cha bharatarshabha. Word for word meaning and translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Chatuh vidhaha, four kinds of bhajante, render services, mam, unto me, janaha, persons, sukritinaha, those who are pious, Arjuna, O Arjuna, artaha, the distressed, jignasuhu, the inquisitive, artha arthi, one who desires material gain. Jnani, one who knows things as they are. Cha, also. Bharata Rishabha, O great one amongst the descendants of Bharata. Translation. O best among the Bharatas, four kinds of pious men begin to render devotional service unto me. The distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and he who is searching for knowledge of the Absolute. So in yesterday's shloka, what we learned was the Lord was talking about four types of individuals who do not surrender to Him. In this particular shloka, the Lord is giving us examples of four types of individuals who approach Him for different reasons. So, for example, these four types of personalities, they are called sukritinaha, which means at a minimum, they obey the rules and regulations of scriptures. They follow moral and social laws. And they have some amount of devotion for the Supreme Lord. So out of these, the Lord is talking about those who are distressed. Distressed means you're in a great deal of anxiety. You are undergoing tremendous amount of suffering. The second category is of those who are in need of money or any kind of prosperity. Those who are inquisitive, that's the third category. And those who are searching for knowledge about the Supreme Lord, about the Absolute Truth. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport that these four examples that the Lord is giving, they are not considered pure devotees. Why? Because they have some aspiration that they are looking to fulfill in exchange for devotional service, which means I will worship the Lord as long as I get something in return. And Prabhupada explains in the purport by referencing a shloka from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Anyabhilashita Shunyam, Jnana Karma Dhyanavratam, Anukulyena Krishnanu, Shrilanam Bhaktiruttama. This particular shloka translates to the fact that what is considered pure devotional service is without aspiration, and without desire for material profit. And furthermore, Krishna is not using the word surrender in this particular shloka. He uses the word bhajante mam, meaning they've begun the process of worshipping him. So some amount of devotional service is being offered to the Lord, but ultimately such devotees of the Lord who are not considered pure devotees, they will come to the path of surrender. Right now, they're doing bhajante. That's what they're doing. Yeah. So in the previous shloka, the Lord talks about the dushkritinaha. In this shloka, it is the sukritinaha. And from the Shastras, there are examples of 4 kinds of pious people. The artho, which means those who are distressed. For example, in the Gajendra Moksha, Gajendra seeks to offer a prayer to the Lord because he's trapped, his leg is trapped in the mouth of a crocodile. Jignasuhu, the Shaunaka rishis who were gathered in Naimisharanya, not all of them were enlightened. However, they were inquisitive. They wanted to know more about the Srimad Bhagavatam. The Artharti, in this case, the example cited is Dhruva Maharaj. What did he want? He wanted a kingdom far greater and far more prosperous and far more famous than not only his father and his grandfather, but his great-grandfather, Lord Brahma himself. And for that purpose, he went in search of the Supreme Lord. And then you have the 4th category, Jnanis. And the example cited here is the Sanat Kumaras, the 4 Kumaras, the Brahmachari sons of Lord Brahma. They are seeking knowledge about the Supreme Absolute Truth. Although they were practicing impersonalists, they were worshipping the impersonal feature of the Lord. When they smell the tulsi emanating from the Lord's lotus feet, they are transformed to seek more information about the Supreme Absolute Truth. So this kind of piety will ultimately lead you to complete surrender to Krishna. So those who are in the mode of goodness, approach Krishna. Those who are not in the mode of goodness, if they are in the mode of ignorance or if they are in the mode of passion, they may take the shelter of other things. For example, a person in the mode of ignorance may take shelter of drinking, smoking, violence when there is trouble. A person in the mode of passion, what do? They take shelter of money or sex. And they think money and other kind of activities can solve their problems. So it's only the person in the mode of goodness who seeks the shelter of knowledge and who tries to understand why they are suffering. But then a person who is transcendental takes complete shelter of Krishna and simply relies on Krishna to resolve any anxieties that they may have. So that is complete surrender. So this is the essence of today's shloka. We can now recite the shloka together.